Shalom friends, welcome to Daf Reactions, Sotah 36, Murder Hornets. I remember when they hit the news cycle in the midst of the pandemic. Everyone was like, oh, is this the hot new apocalypse this week? What was to be next? A massive solar flare? A coalition of rabid squirrels led by a megalomaniac chipmunk with dreams of world domination, perhaps? Were the telephone poles going to gain sentience next and just javelin themselves through our living room windows? Anything was possible at that point, although to be frank, it still is. But the Murder Hornets, I mean, credit where credit is due to their marketing department because that is a strong brand. Very memorable. But where did the swarms of murder hornets actually go? Well, the hornets are back in the daf with a vengeance. Because that's the only way they do anything, really. For the past few pages, the Talmud has been discussing the story of Joshua leading the Israelites and the Ark across the Jordan River to Eretz Israel. It was eventful. For example, the Jordan River, like the Red Sea or Reed Sea before it, did move the water out of the way so that the Israelites could cross over. Now, they were traveling with the Ark, and we know from Indiana Jones that the Ark can melt faces off, if it feels so inclined. It's got another power, though, and that is it functions as a hoverboard. It floated across the Jordan River, and anybody who was hanging on to its poles had a fun little adventure in anti-gravity. On the other side, the Israelites built an altar, and on the rocks they had written in 70 different languages the Torah. How did they know those languages? Because the angel Gabriel taught them. And in case you were wondering, yes, Gabriel did teach them how to use emojis. The universal language. But while all this was going on, there were enemies of the Israelites already on the other side. And what happened to them? That's a very good question. In the opinion of Rabbi Shimon, these people became so terrified of God that they just got diarrhea. I'm sorry. That is pretty bad, but it does get worse. According to a line in the Torah, God had promised to send a hornet with the Israelites. It's like air support or something. But we get a baraita that says the hornet did not cross the Jordan, and frankly, that's not very helpful. Reish Lakish says, don't worry, that's okay, because what the hornet would do is throw venom into the eyes of our enemies across the river. But would it be Reish Lakish if he didn't take it a little bit too far? No, that's why he's a problematic fave. He goes on to say that the venom not only blinded them, but also caused them to be sterile. Here's another thing I didn't know, and now I do, and I wish I didn't. It's not about hornets, but it is about horniness. We learned in this stuff that Joseph did indeed think about banging Potiphar's wife, but he didn't. But instead of sleeping with her, what does he do with all those feelings? Well, he takes his hands, he jams them into the dirt, and semen comes out of his fingernails. So you're welcome. And now I need some venom to hopefully not erase my vision, but will erase this mental image. Help.